like the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me? Good
Yay!
morning.
Morning.
Hello, Army. Hello, Thronelys. That was an exquisite vocalist we just heard.
I looked away. The intro scared me. It scared you.
It may have come in a little hot there. Sorry about that. We are...
It was not our intention.
It is not. I think I need to turn you up, Johnny. Yeah, maybe the volume was too... Was it volume too loud on that? Just let us know. Or maybe we needed the loud volume just to wake us up.
Oh, is it ever going to get easier for me?
No, because next week it's daylight savings time, so we're going to be here. It's going to feel like 7 a.m.
Oh gosh, goodness.
Glad you guys like the video. By the way, the vocalist in that intro is none other than Johnny. That's his song on his album. We should include that in the link at the description so you guys
That'd be great. Yeah,
check it out. You can find him on.
Do you think any of these people out here are music lovers?
Occasional.
All of them. Yeah, if you guys ever want to check out my stuff,
yeah,
feel free.
We'll send a link. It's YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all the platforms. Let me just set up a few things.
I love the Bert and Ernie quote at the end. Somebody actually said, "Good morning, Bert and Ernie."
Did you catch that?
Yes.
Someone left it. Aggie Aguilera.
Chris.
It was Sunday when we did the live to Take Two. We saw it in the chat just after we went off air, and Johnny and I just busted up laughing, like, "Oh my god, it's educational. It's funny. There's a happy moral." I don't know if we provide any morals here, but anyway, it felt like the perfect description. So thank you,
really
Aggie.
did.
Thank you, Aggie, that inspired an entire introduction. So
Hit the nail on the head.
yes, you did, and we'll have to look at that image a little bit closer another time. You can see all the details in it.
So funny watching that. My facial reactions. I'm like, what am I doing? So is that are those the faces I make?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes, they are. They're not as crazy as mine. At least you're not crying in half of them.
People love your crying though.
Yes. So today, part 2 of 3, Map of the Soul. This is the full-length album, Map of the Soul 7. Johnny and I did a wee bit of homework because we wanted, to learn something that's outside of the scope of just trying to read all the comments and everything. We love having you here and correcting us and guiding us and everything, but it is nice to kind of step outside of that. We watched the press conference. This is, what year is this, 2020 or something? It was during the pandemic, right? So
it was 2020, yeah. Yes.
So they did a press conference where they were just introducing themselves, and they were hysterical. They're like, they're spinning around. They're like clapping for each other to come up and intro. It's just, the camaraderie was amazing. I'm sure you guys have all seen that. And we watched that, and then also a little bit of I guess it'd be like a press junket where it was a little bit more, people weren't there presently, but it wasn't their own introduction, and just got to see them be themselves and introduce the songs a little bit. We learned that they're calling it 7. I presumed it was because there's 7 members, but it was 7 years since the previous album.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And 7 is kind of a unique number in terms of just kind of like in terms of what they're singing about, which is some deeper subjects about the ego and persona, the shadow self. And 7, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but it's sort of like in spiritual circles, it's sort of like a big number. you know,
Mm.
for some reason. So who knows? Maybe just a coincidence, but it's kind of cool.
There's also the 7 dimensions of singing, which is also where I pulled that from, and it has
Yes.
the 7 chakras and all sorts of things. Thank you, Chris, for the early morning coffee. It is much needed because I just went downstairs to get my coffee. This is such a blatant promotional thing. We're not advertising the mugs. Use the link below to get your own Shirley mug. I went downstairs a minute ago. I had the drip coffee set to the wrong thing. So instead of it being a mug, it was like half a jug. I have not woken up. What do you pour the coffee out of?
The pot.
The pot. Pot. The jug of coffee. Anyway, so coffee's everywhere, and now this is completely watered down because I didn't have enough actually grounds in there. But
I usually like to have my coffee in gallon form. Gallon form.
Like the 5-gallon jugs.
You know, you find the coffee just tastes better when it's drunk out of a cat.
That's so disturbing. So disturbing. I'm just going to quickly segue into something else. Check out the links below where you can become a Thronely member by clicking on the membership. You can buy us a coffee, obviously. Wake us up. Silver, gold, and diamond Thronely members get some extra perks. We appreciate your support there. And you can also get a free vocal assessment at Throga.com to learn more about your voice with the 7 dimensions of singing. And Johnny, you have something to say too, don't you?
I do. Make sure all you lovely people out there hit like and subscribe and ring the bell so you always know what new content we have coming up next.
I think it's a good idea to not ring the gong this early in the morning. I feel like that's our later reaction type sounds.
Yes.
Okay, let's bring
Very wise.
in. So we have let's see, it was 7 years since the debut, not since the last album. Okay, thank you for that correction. You can milk a cat. Okay, I need to stop looking at these. There's, we're going to go off the deep end real quick because I'm not awake.
Can of worms?
So
up a can of worms.
We had some help from our resident army, Bridget, as well as our good friends, Saya and Porama, as far as the song order of things. Because the actual orders released on the album isn't necessarily the best order in terms of story arc and whatnot. So we don't understand the order fully. They gave us some explanations, but we're just going to go with it and let it unfold that way. We are going to get to all the songs. Now, we already did the songs off Persona, obviously, so we're picking up with Interlude, Shadow.
Okay.
And that'll pick up right from there off.
Okay.
We got the Soul 7. Are we ready?
Oh, are you ready? I think I'm ready. I think I need a pen.
Drinking this
I'm good.
brown water.
I'm good.
I really need to run another coffee drip.
Brown water.
Here we go.
I wanna be rapped, I wanna be the top, I wanna be the rockstar, I want it on mine, I wanna be rich, I wanna be the king, I wanna go win, I wanna be rapped, I wanna be the top, I wanna be a rockstar, I want it on mine, I wanna be rich, I wanna be the king, I wanna be me, I wanna be king, oh boy, let me see, I got a big dream, yeah. 매일 설레지 내가 어디까지 갈지 정신없이 달리다 보니 어느새 여기까지 왔지 yeah. 발 밑에 그림자 고개 숙여 보니 더 커지잖아 도망쳐봤잖아 따라오는 저 빛과 비례하는 내 그림자 Whoa. 두려워 누가 나는 게 너무 무섭지 아무도 말 안 해줬잖아 여기가 얼마나 외로운지 말여 나의 도약은 추락이 될 수 있단 걸 이제 알겠어 때론 도망이 차선이란 걸 사람들은 뭐 말하지 저 빗속은 찬란한 내 근데 내 그림자 안 되는 더 커져 나를 삼켜 괴물이 돼저 위로 또 위로만 가다 보니 여긴 어지러워 더 위로만 가는 실온 무사히 바람대로 높게 날고 있는 순간 저 내려지는 빛에 더 커진 그림자 Please don't let me shine Don't let me down Don't let me fly 이제는 두려워 가장 밑바닥에 나를 마주하는 순간 공교롭게도 여긴 창문이잖아 Please don't let me shine Don't let me down Don't let me fly 이제는 무서워 Don't let me shine
Woo!
Well,
What an intro.
yeah, this is great, and obviously to me this sort of is referring to the ego section of according to their press conference. I mean, this again is sort of like an exploration of the persona and the shadow and the ego. To me, this is definitely like dealing with that ego rising as the fame gets going and they get bigger, and it's so easy to fall into that trap of like, oh, I am this, I am this important person that everybody thinks I am, and and there's a lot that comes with that,
Yeah,
and
he's referring to as like the monster, right? It's just having to wrestle with that. So you can see it's like going into this song, coming out of Persona, it's like we're definitely like deep diving into the shadow self as a whole. Imagery is super cool. Of course, this is my bias, which is so weird for me to say because how many times have I said, I'm not a rap guy, and then when BTS is on, I'm like, oh, look at this. This is amazing.
I know.
It's just kind of like, I don't know, just somehow they transport me to this musical space that I haven't been open to my entire life. And I like here when he's going into the chorus that we were just talking about this in take 2, he's using autotune as an effect. This is a scenario where it's like, okay, because we've heard him sing with both as Suga and August D, where there is no autotune. We know he can match pitches and everything else, so it's not a can't do it. That was a decision that just gives it like a cool effect in contrast to the verses. So I like the choices here.
Yeah, and just to clarify too, so when I use the word ego, and I see a couple of comments coming up, so ego in my definition, it's basically the shadow self. It's like the ego, like getting sort of big-headed, So yeah, they're obviously talking about the shadow in this context, which we all, have to contend with in our own way, and it really has to be more difficult when you have that level of fame. Your demons can come out like they're just that much more accentuated.
I'm curious too with the door. So I feel like this door, this is a symbolism. Was this off Persona? Because I know that was a few weeks ago and I didn't go back and watch it. Probably should have. But wasn't it Jimin's video where it was he was like reaching for the door but couldn't get through, and then later on at one of the concerts the door finally opened? That there was that whole process.
Was it Jimin?
I thought it was. Is my memory off here? It could very well be. But I thought it was. So I'm seeing the consistency of this presence.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time. I mean, we've come such a long way as BTS fans, really, from the beginning, and it seems like a forever ago that we reacted to those first videos, because we're in such a different place.
Right, and in our attention's diluted too with a bunch of other artists, so it's like just trying to get the...
Yeah, but I wouldn't doubt that they connected that with, later on. It's like, here's the door that I finally, came through.
Well, yeah, because conceptually they bring in so many things.
Yeah.
No, okay, so it was Suga. Okay, they're saying, so that was Auguste. All right, so my apologies. Okay. So there is that consistency there. Okay, very cool. Yep. I have to go back and watch that one too, because I love that trilogy. Was fantastic with him. All right.
And again, we just have such a better understanding of the individual members. I think that it would we're going to go through all of it again. So once we get to the whole catalog,
we'll do like a 48-hour marathon, like rewatch all of them.
Yeah.
Susan Migdala. All right, thank you guys.
누구나는 게는 무섭지 아무도 말 안 해줬잖아 여기가 얼마나 외로운지 말여 나의 도약은 추락이 될 수 있단 걸 이제 알겠어 때론 도망이 차선이란 걸 사람들은 뭐 말하지 저 빗속은 찬란하네 근데 내 그림자 안 되는 더 커져 나를 삼킨 괴물이 돼저 위로 또 위로만 가다 보니 여긴 어디로 더 위로만 가는 실온 무사히 바람대로 높게 날고 있는 순간 저 내려쬐는 빛에 더 커진 그림자 Please don't let me shine Don't let me down Don't let me fly 이제는 두려워 가장 밑바닥에 나를 마주하는 순간 공교롭게도 여긴 창문이잖아 Please don't let me shine Don't let me down Don't let me fly 이제는 무서워 Don't let me shine I wanna be the top I wanna be a rockstar I want it all mine I wanna be rich I wanna be the king I wanna go win I wanna be left I wanna be the top I wanna be a rockstar I want it all mine I wanna be rich I wanna be the king I wanna be me I wanna be
So I have a question now. So as the song went on, lyrically it seemed to suggest more of like the shadow sort of signifying more of a self-doubt thing, possibly. So it's essentially saying like you'll never make it, you're never good enough type of thing, as opposed to sort of letting the fame, get to your head type of thing, or it's I don't know.
That's always the challenge, right? Is having. I think it's a natural balance between those two, or a fight, or tug of war might be a better way to describe it, between having to maintain the a sense of balance, self-worth, feet on the ground, so to speak, against that opposing force. So whether diving full into it or having awareness of the monster at the same time, I think is a little bit back and forth. That shift that he did was so cool. It just it took you almost into another song. It wasn't just a bridge. It was just like went into a lower key. It wasn't right. It modulated down.
Well, the first part was in A minor, G, A minor.
Right.
So it starts with F, G, A minor. I'd have to hear that part one more time. It was a little bit like atonal, so it was hard to pick out. Yeah, it's definitely about dealing with your shadow. It's just what aspect of the shadow is it? The self-doubt aspect, or is it sort of like the really I don't know what other word to use other than ego. Sort of like it's like I am pretty great. Like how you can get a really big head about things, especially when you have that much fame.
Well, but that's the
he's afraid of flying. Yeah, so that's the doubt.
The contrast though is like because very often the ones who have the biggest ego in the sense, like the cocky sense, are usually the ones the most insecure, right? So there's that self-doubt, like kind of mingles in with it.
But it's so interesting when you listen to a song. The first part to me, it was, it was all about not letting the fame like overtake you, and so it's just, it's interesting how you can insert, you have your own perspective on things. And maybe he's talking about something different.
So the higher you climb, the greater and scarier chances of falling. You have to accept all the parts of yourself. Yeah, this is great info, guys.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wanna be rocked.
So this shift was so cool.
I wanna be left. I wanna be the top. I wanna be rocked. I want it on my.
It almost gives you that feeling of Sugar Augusty kind of feel like his tone gets a little more growly and just a little more raspy kind of mixed in with it.
I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna be me. I wanna be.
Totally different vocal production.
Yeah.
So that went
it
down,
lowers
right?
in key.
It just gives you
Kinda
like
hanging
this.
on that E.
It's like this descent into the shadow self, right? It's just that feeling
Yeah.
is super cool. Really, really
Yes.
well done. Okay, so next up is
That
Black
shift is a
Swan.
shadow speak. Yes,
Which-
it sounds like it's shadow speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a great way to look at it,
Yep.
too. So the shadow talk back. Wild. All right, so Black Swan is next. Now, we've already seen 2 versions of this? I think we did. I think in one video. Yeah, I think we saw 2.
Yes.
So we had help in Saya and Bridget finding a 3rd version for us to watch. So if you haven't seen our reaction to the other 2, you can go check that out. But we wanted to have kind of a new experience this, and it's got the English subtitle in here as well.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That's cool.
Wow, look at this. Wings. That's cool. Man, so
This is from the Permission to Dance tour.
Oh my goodness. That's so cool.
So wild.
Do you think with me now? Do you think with me now? What's my thing? What's my thing? Tell me now. Tell me now. Yeah. 심장이 뛰지 않으면 너는 음악을 들을 때 상상 불러 시간이 멈추는 때 Oh yeah, it'll be my first day I'll be knowing some later 시계 나를 더 멈추리다면 내 가슴을 더 떨리게 못한 다면 어쩜 이렇게 한번 죽겠지 아마 But what if the moment is right now 귓가에 눈이 시작스나 벗어날 내가 속으로 점점점
항상 우리 도와가지 못해 소리 없는 소리 질러
모든 빛을 침묵하는 밤에 길이는 내 발목을 또 잡아
어떤 소리도 들리지 않아 Killing me now, do you hear me, yeah
오늘도 천천히 가라앉아 나 거울이 켜받아서 방에 빠는 나 모든 순간들이 영원히 돼 yeah Feeling me now, do you hear me, yeah
Do you think with me now? Do you think with me?
What's my thing, turn me now, yeah
I'm not really sure why I'm stopping it. I think we're supposed to because we're supposed to give reaction, but the
Reaction
choreography. I mean, you've already heard the song, so we already have a basic understanding of the meaning of it. It's this puts you into a different place. Certainly, the contrast from the last song. There's a sense of like tranquility, like mood-wise here.
Right.
But there's the introspective psychological aspect of trying to figure out what's happening and everything. And then the visual stimulation that's going on. Do you have anything to add? Because I was just kind of like lost in the choreography.
Well, I think you're right on. I mean, the choreography is kind of it's such an interesting balance of, I mean, sort of pop dancing, but also infused with a little like ballet, which I think Black Swan, it seems to make sense. Especially in the beginning, the very fluid movements and yeah, and like you said, there is that undercurrent of like questioning, and I think another song that's sort of based in fear. It's just like, what is this thing that we created? This amazing, monster that is BTS, which has all these amazing things about it, but it's like now we got to contend with this other part of it, which is tough. And that can be the fame aspect, just dealing with like having to be whatever, have to be on with your fans and. Feeling like maybe you are changing in ways that you don't want to change. Who knows,
And the vocals are great. I mean, the pacing is, I think that's the word I want to use here. The pacing of like who's singing what here. I'm assuming it's the same every time. You guys can correct me as far as like who has which part. And there's a consistency there. Mm-hmm. And they're executing everything really well. Just the handoffs, right? So just tonally, when they go from one singer to another, even though you might be, like Jimin might be jumping up into the head voice or something like that, it still feels connected to the previous moment, as opposed to, it never feels jarring. Like everything's handed off visually, but even vocally, it's not like, unless there's a purposeful meaning behind it, it's not all of a sudden someone comes in too hard or too soft against the previous line. And I like that balance. There's definitely an awareness taking place.
No, with everything they do, there's just this intricacy that's just, it's so well crafted and so detail oriented.
It's almost like they've rehearsed it a few times.
They obviously work
like
so hard at every aspect of their craft. And I just love the interaction of their vocal tones too. They just all have their unique sound, but they go together so well.
Yeah, so right
and
here,
singing and dancing at the same time. Yeah.
So they don't change their parts unless obviously someone can't perform for some reason. That makes sense. But generally, it's consistent. They were afraid of losing his passion for music. So scary to an artist. Yes, it's just connected into the last two songs. Really love how honest they are and how they use experiences to make such beautiful, thought-provoking music. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
that's
going.
A sign
Catch
of
up a little bit, but
a great artist. I mean, they could have just been churning out pop tunes for the rest of their life, but I feel like they want something more. They want to really dive deep.
Do you think with me? What's my thing? Try me now, yeah. 그냥 그대만 예뻐 이제 너를 싫어 차라리 내 발로 갈게 내가 뛰어들어갈게 그곳에서 나는 날 봤어
should be more intense.
여기 나의 작업실 내 스튜디오 바로 깜깜하게 나를 스쳐도 그려 다시 가는 거야 다시 또 myself 그게 빠른 심장 소리만 뻥뻥뻥 눈을 뜨고 내게 숨풀이 점점점 내 삼킬 수 없어 이건 나는 소리 질러
Jen.
침묵하는 밤
Silver voice.
힘이 나고 위로 잡을게 어떤 소리도 들리지 않아 Killing me now to your heaven 홈이 끝참 천이가 앉아나 몸부림쳐 봐도 사방이 바닥나 모든 순간들이 영원히 내 Feeling me now Do you hear me yeah Do you think with me now Do you think with me now What's my thing Tell me now yeah
That's great.
What a performance. dun, 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 and the that's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the day. Yeah, and then they rotate the lyric on that, but it's such a good hook. Excuse me. Okay. I am going to jump on the next song. So the next song is Filter, and this is Jimin, like a solo piece, from my understanding.
It's definitely an amazing performance.
Let's see. Coming in right here.
Have you seen Dimple's performance with Jin with purple hair?
Wait, what?
No, I haven't.
Is that another artist?
I don't know if it's an artist or a nickname.
Well, it's because she capitalized the D, so it's definitely a name as opposed to describing somebody's dimples. But I'm not sure. Who's Dimples?
I do not know.
Hot shame. Ooh, Filter, you are not ready. What are we not ready for? Repeat. They're excited. All right, Filter something. We do not know the song at all. Just a warning. Wait, what did it say? Just a warning. You are not ready. Okay.
Okay. Duly noted.
All right. Let me get some coffee. Let me stretch. And thank you also, well, I'm thinking of it, for those of you who have purchased coffee, thank you very much. It's what allows us to keep the show going, and we're adding even more lives more often, so we really appreciate your support. Mm-hmm. And also, because I can't forget, because I did last time, thank you to our recent Gold Thronely member, Wesley and Joy Broman, and our Diamond Thronely Wallace. Thank you very much for your monthly support. All right, here we go.
Dimples is a song. Okay.
It's a song. Okay.
Yeah. Written by RM.
Oh, so we have not heard that then. I'm getting a lot of requests for potentially a different song or a different version. I'm seeing a lot of red suit, red suit, red suit.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming we don't have the red suit. Hold on a second. I think I have another one queued up for this. Let's see if it's right.
I care.
So from my understanding too, that this album is comprised of group songs and also more solo features too, because the first one was Suga.
Okay.
The second one was more of a group, so maybe this one features Jimin.
So we definitely have conflict. Here's what we're going to do. We have some people saying this is the right one. This is the one sent to us. I know there's multiple versions. There's another one too that is... It's not a red suit.
It's like, no, this is perfectly fine.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. If it's a great song, it's going to come through in any performance.
Yep.
And Johnny and I are always open to going back and watching another version of a song just to do the Black Swan, things like that. So all good. We're going to play this through, and we can always circle back another time with more songs, because we're kind of in here for the long haul. So
yes, we are.
Let me know you're tired. 날 골랐으면 되게. 너의 눈에 나의 손으로 보게. 자기가 비밀의 eye. 들어볼게 완전히 새로운 세상에. 네가 만 눈에 떠봐 이제
so much going on.
어때 조금 느낌이 와 아직 모르잖아 Girl you have your chance I can be your genie How about I love it 뭐든 대줄게 날 골랐으면 되게 이금처럼 날 겹쳐 않을 거야 운이라서 내가 너를 위해 위시로운 거야 똑같은 건 재미없잖아 발레트 속 세계 속도 어떤 날을 우리 너의 세상을 변화시켜 네 몸이 씹어져 불현듯 다이로 변한 날봐 볼수록 귀여워 미치도록
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just want to stop it there after the chorus. I love that melody.
This is the
that's a
first time
super
we've heard
catchy.
kind of like a Latin feel too, right?
I was gonna say there's a little Latin infused. I mean, you know, there's a lot of pop music that does have that now, which it's not necessarily a Latin song, but it's just underneath. It's got that undercurrent of a Latin beat. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. That's super
And
hot.
the choreography, the dancing, again, I mean, I feel like this is, again, forgive me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. I don't think we've seen him like just solo dance like this before, outside of like little segments mixed into, you know, when they're passing things along.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like full on, and to sing this at the same time, obviously there's the challenge of the breath control, the timing, the phrasing, and all of that's very articulate. So this is really, really cool to see. I also wanted to point out a lot of people are referencing I don't know who she is. So we're on Enjoy BTS More site, and we've been recommended the site many times because the lyric translations are so good. So do we have a name who does this? Because this is great. I mean, this is such a great tool for us in terms of being able to see the subtitles and everything. But we don't know who she is. So we'd like to get a shout out to her as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys. I don't know. I just I just hear it for some reason. It's
His ears are magical.
you're magical, magically delicious.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just trying to pick up on the theme of the song. Have you
Yeah.
picked it up yet? It's a little. What do you got? What's your take on it?
I'm really bad at multitasking
Yeah.
with the lyric, the visual. I would be actually better if we didn't have the visual and I just heard the song. Then I would hear layers of the music. I'd hear more vocal specifics, and I'd be able to pull out the lyrics more likely. But when there's like a video to watch, my brain just gets a little hijacked. So I admittedly am not picking up on a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah. Maybe you should wear one of those sleep masks during our videos.
I'll step off to the side.
But I mean, you can't discount the choreography and the dance and the visual because that obviously adds to it.
It's always
an
it is
amazing way,
fast.
too.
That's always fascinating to me because dancing was just never second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth nature for me.
Yes.
So when someone executes it so well, there's such an appreciation for that. I just, like I said, I just kind of get lost in that for a minute.
Yeah. Likewise, my ability to pick up music and hear chords and melodies is an exact opposition to my ability to dance. So
Right. All right, I'm going to back it up here a little bit. I mean, this definitely has, when you're looking at the lyrics, just, it seems, is this, I mean, it feels like more like a love song in a sense. But is this specific to a person? Is it ARMY? Is it the self? I mean, I don't know the
that's what I'm
direction of it. Yeah. If you can fill us in there.
If it's going into that theme of, the ego persona and the shadow, it's like, I'm wondering if that's sort of a metaphor for, he's using a girl or somebody as a metaphor for something different. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I love the song though. The song is just like it's just an earworm.
Yeah, the melody's awesome.
Some people do not want to see
볼수록 귀여운 빛이 돌아 취향도 기준도 뛰어넘어 넌 오직 나만을 원하게 돼날 만든 사람 바로 너니까 난 여전히 가보자고는 내게 널 맡겨봐 다 짜릿한 그돌수 있게 나만을 담아봐 나만을 담아봐 내게 널 맡겨봐 새로운 우리가 될 거야 날 네 맘에 씌워줘
That was so cool. So that whole transition at the end there, it's like the quick change.
취향도 기준도 뛰어넘어 넌 오직 나만을 원하게 돼날 만든 사람 바로 너니까
But so well done.
Yeah.
내게 널 맡겨봐 다 짜릿한
Yeah.
그돌수 있게 나만을 담아봐
He is a good-looking man, Richard.
He's a very good looking man.
Yes.
They're all like worldwide handsomes.
They really are.
I mean, seriously, right?
Yeah.
That was so fast. It's funny because you see like the quick change magic acts, and even when you know they're coming, it's let me phrase that. When you know they're coming, you can kind of see, okay, they're changing it right now, they're doing this or whatever. But when they do it like this, and it's just like all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, it's like a new person came out from behind the curtains, just slick.
Which I guess is the point of this song. Yeah. It's
Yeah, and so I didn't. Let me go back to chat here. Do you guys fill us in terms of the direction? Read the video description. It says what the song is about. Okay. Like, listen, dummies. Why don't you read the description if you have a question? Oh, that was Bridget. Okay, she can yell at us.
Thanks, cuz. Thanks for throwing us under that bus, cuz.
You know, he could have just texted us or sent a video. Jim is credited for the writing of Filter. He was the one that came up with the complex concept behind the scene. In an interview, he says, filters can be the things within a camera's application or social media, but it can also mean people's perspectives or prejudice. I took these various meanings and expressed into the song of how I want to present myself to the world in many different ways. Okay, cool. I think I'll be able to show a new side of me that's very different from my previous tracks, Serendipity and Lie. Well, maybe we should have read that first.
Possibly. Yeah, I would imagine that has to be such a challenge for somebody that just achieves such fame, because people, it's such a tendency for the world to sort of pigeonhole you into a certain way. It's like, okay, this is what you do. This is your thing. So I feel like that might be an impetus for some artists, like, like a Madonna or, God, who else does a lot of changes that, I don't know. I feel like there's been a bunch, but, just,
I wasn't listening to you. I was reading.
I noticed.
I mean, I heard you were there.
Yeah. But yeah, just that need to like to represent all sides of you and keep changing and evolving, because it's got to feel like a trap sometimes when somebody knows you a certain way, sees you a certain way, and it's just like, oh, this is who you are. Beyonce, yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. It's also cool. I love a super group. A group that's comprised of stars. Every member is a star in their own right.
And we've seen that over and over again as they kind of branch off. And when they do that, obviously they get to satisfy their own creative endeavors in a way that they necessarily can't. But every time, whether it's just the rap line or the vocal line or all seven, you don't see that have a negative influence. It's like, yes, I've got my own thing,
Yeah.
But you don't see that ego come in and disrupt or create ripples with the group as a whole. I mean, they really do compartmentalize their skill sets in that way, which is
the fact that they have an album which literally has songs that feature only one member. They have group songs, then they have songs that feature individual members. I mean, you have to be sort of egoless in a sense to be able to do that. I know they all contribute. I mean, they're writing and they're producing together behind the scenes, but it's like, in that song, Jimin is the feature, and the fact that the other guys are like supporting that and like, yeah, you do your thing. That's awesome.
Hold on one second. I need to address something in the chat.
Somebody being negative.
Well, we're not really big on negativity here. This is about love. You don't have to like an artist or enjoy an artist, still appreciate their skill sets and their hard work. It's all good.
Yeah.
Except I don't know how to actually do that. Johnny, can you entertain him real quick? I need to take care of this.
Yes, let's do Name That Movie, everybody.
It's a new game here on the Throga channel.
Okay, here we go. Just watched this movie the other day. Let's do That's me. All right, can anybody name that song or name that movie?
I don't think I know that one.
I'll wait for a second, see if anybody gets it.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a delay.
I don't know movie.
Here, put music to this while I'm doing this.
Interstellar, you got it.
I haven't seen that yet.
Dude, you got to see Interstellar. I love it.
No, I'm not against it. Just haven't.
All right, what about this song? Do you know? Do you know what it is?
Me?
Yeah.
Play it again. Oh. Give me a hint. I'm so bad at this game.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
So that's not really much.
There we go. Georgia.
I was gonna say that once you did that was a total giveaway. I should have guessed that one too, because it was in the mix.
Georgia.
My brain.
Oh, what's that Aristocats song? Everybody wants to be I can't remember how that goes.
That was fun. We did that at a event.
Everybody
wants to be a cat.
Wants to be a cat. Everybody.
All right, we're back at it here.
Too
Thank
early
you
for a
for
horse
your
head at your bed.
patience.
Yes. Yes, Chris. Always too early for a horse head.
Fair enough. All right, so what we have here is My Time from Jungkook. My Time from Map of the Soul concert. Stunning performance. Should we read the description? Let's start there.
See, we learn.
So, we're slow. According to Jungkook, this song is about his feelings and emotions chronologically from his time as a trainee into adulthood, how he feels he grew up fast and doesn't have the time to enjoy things that most people would at his age. My Time's Korean title, I can't say that, can also be translated as time difference. Okay, cool. Clips from 2 videos, one from the concert day. Okay, so she edited this together. And I still don't see your name. She's got a Patreon, which is great. You guys should, if you're not already supporting her, obviously. Always a good idea. She used Patreon, used Buy Me a Coffee, 2 similar platforms. Helps us do what we do. But I don't see a name. I'd love to know her name. You probably already put it there. I just didn't see it.
Somebody
go back
bought us
and
a
read
coffee.
these after.
Somebody bought us a coffee.
Oh, who bought us coffee?
Chris,
I missed it. Kristara.
perhaps,
That's a cool name. If I'm saying it right. Thank you very much. Okay. Here we go. Did you get through your movie sequence?
I got 2 movies, yeah.
Okay.
We'll do another one.
Britta. Is that her name? Britta's the one that did the subtitle.
tele폰을 그보다도 빨리 열어내 될 것만 같아 My life is on a movie all the time 해 뜨는 곳으로 태어났어 every single night 누구의 내일을 가봤던 것도 같아 온 세상이 너무 컸던 그 손은 Keep it running on team 맞춰봐 그대 Friends running so we up in the air 전 세계를 rocking on me 바람을 받은 건지 놓쳐버리는 적이 Don't know what to do with it, I live this 왜 나만 다른 시공간 속인 걸까
Thank you for the coffee.
I can't And yes you know, yes you know Yeah Let me know Can I stop the pain about my time Oh yeah Pain about my time Oh I think I was yesterday
I'm glad we read that it's from 2 different cuts. I'm like, wow, the quick changes here are insane. So this is, I mean, his dancing. We've seen this too with the influence of Michael. I mean, Michael just changed the world. When it, I mean,
Really
on
did.
so many levels. I know there's always controversy around his name or whatever, but man, he
You
just
can't deny
set
his
the
influence.
bar.
Wow, his musical
He's-
influence.
He set the bar in so many ways, which inspired others to just take it to another level, or reimagine with their own skill sets and everything. And I just love seeing that come through Jungkook here. And I wasn't watching the lyrics this time. I'm hearing the melody and everything. It's kind of like sits back a little bit. I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very rapid, yeah.
Let me know Can I stop the pain about my time
I love that loop there.
Oh yeah Pain about my time Oh I think I was yesterday 상상되네. I don't know what to do with him, I live in this way. 왜 나만 다른 시공간 속인 걸까? I can't come here. Yeah.
Thank you, Lucy K.
The choreography is really interesting. We were saying earlier, obviously, there's some influence of MJ and things like that. But the way he's moving, the facial expression, there's like, and from what I'm gathering from the lyrics, there's a loneliness, right? There's like this feeling of just solo. I mean, as we've seen with all of these members, they don't actually need a bunch of dancers on stage to make it entertaining. I mean, they just don't. But when they do, when they remove that and it's this big stage and this big production and just a single performer, you don't even see the band there, it kind of brings out that feeling of singularity. Pun intended.
It accentuates the isolation,
right? Yeah, which I think comes through in the delivery here, which is really well done.
Yeah, their visuals are so well matched with the lyrical content. They nail it.
Yes. And I know we had Lucy, thank you very much for your coffee that you bought us. And you wrote, I'm an ARMY, but I feel like I always learn something new about BTS from your general reactions. I wanted to respond to that because, first of all, thank you. It is through our complete stumbling attempt of understanding BTS that we're learning so much from you guys, introducing an entire world, because as you learn, BTS isn't, that's the beauty of it being 7 individual performers, is you have 7 different directions to go and then the 8th as a group, in a sense, right? Yeah, so we're always learning something from them and from ARMY, filling us in, and then we're using that as we watch other performers and other bands like SB19 and 17, other ones that we've been introduced to. We're catching things there that we wouldn't have because we've learned from here. So it's definitely a two-way street. So thank you as well. We appreciate that.
It's like a symbiotic relationship. We both give and we both get.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we feel like a big team with all of you guys.
Oh, and thank you, Agnes, for the super chat. Very much. Appreciate that. All right, so let's keep going here. So this...
I love this chord progression, too. Very, just kind of moody. It's that perfect blend of just that catchiness. A flat, E flat, G minor, C minor. It just captures perfectly.
Change it up.
One time for the present, two time for the past. Happy that we met each other. Now to the very end.
Wow, I'm singing that.
Nice. Nice.
He's so good. I love his voice, and
Let's leave that on.
again, he just owns the stage. He's so
Yeah. Cool little
entertaining.
riffs. I like the clear tone jumping up the octave there. That was unexpected. He's right on, good intention with that. And when he does the riffs, it's interesting because there's moments where you feel like there could have been maybe some overproduction, but then there's that little bit of flaws. Like, okay, this is real. Like, I love that mix in there. And I'm assuming what Britta did is. Well, I'm not assuming. I know it was audio from one because you would have heard like weird audio splices in
Right.
the video. I'm pretty sure it was the red performance was the audio that was used, and then the other one cut in. It turned out really, really well.
And how, it's pretty impressive that to take two performances and make it look seamless. I mean, honestly, if he was wearing the same outfit, I would have never known. It was just so
Just
good.
the way the cuts were, yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to be so tight as a dancer and hit your marks right on the,
Yeah.
be very precise to make it that seamless of a cut between two different performances.
Okay, next up, I have a little reading to do here. So, we're going to do this song, Ugh. And I have been instructed to read a little introduction. I'm pretty sure it's because we need it, not because you need it.
Yes.
But for Johnny and I, it's important that we read this before we watch this.
Thank you to who was just on the screen there.
Oh, I missed it. Mylene, at some point in getting lost in BTS's discography, please react to Proof Live, available on YouTube. Vocals are great in that. Okay, very cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm reading. Not this. Hold on, let me pull up the right thing. So, I guess is Ugh the whoops. I know you can't see what I'm seeing, but I'm trying to. Wait, let me just bring it in here.
I can't see what you see.
So I'm
way up over there, Richard IV, Richard Fink.
All right, so I guess Ugh is that the American version of the what would be pronounced O-O-K, ook. Do I have that right? It's a Korean term that describes blood suddenly rushing to your head right after you see something infuriating. It's usually used for people who don't know how to control their temper and are hot-headed. It's also I know big words, but I can't read them. So I'm gonna blame my dyslexic father and my poor hearing as a child for my inability to read.
Big words are hard.
There's a lot of syllables in this one. Onomatopoeic. I don't know that word. That's a great onomatopoeic word for throwing up.
Is it onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia?
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Does it end with the C? See that? I know that word. I know.
Yes. Oh, we have a.
This is the Bert and Ernie part of the show where we learn new words.
What's a good Bert and Ernie song? I just remember
Little Ducky.
Doing the pigeon.
Yes.
Doing the pigeon. Oh yeah. What's the ducky one?
Little
Rubber
Ducky.
You're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Rubber ducky, I'm so in love with you.
All right, so onomatopoeia is the cough, bang, and the sizzle. So I had no idea it was spelled like that. So this is how we learn.
Yeah, so it's like bark or.
So Jill, thank you for the
Meow.
super chat. Is a commentary on the misuse of anger. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And we also had
Rubber ducky.
Oh, Sky Johansson, thank you very much for the 10 coffees. Very appreciated.
Chris, side-splittingly unprofessional. That's us too.
that was her quote.
Yeah. We like to think that we balance it out with some expertise,
With some
and
knowledge.
we know what we're doing, but also we're kind of goofballs at the same time.
Yes. So BTS cleverly translated the Korean title, which is very similar to how it sounds, but in English, and it also conveys the feeling of sudden disgust or frustration. So when the singing "I go ugh," it can have several meanings.
Yeah, right.
All right. And hem in Korean culture bears a strong connotation of I'm clearing my throat because I have something important to say, as if the throat clearer has all the answers and is just about to set the idiot straight. And the word of sound ahem is also used simply to show that you're present or to give an invisible message to someone who's dumb, who's not able to read the atmosphere, or to nullify the awkwardness after saying something embarrassing. I feel like the army is here to say ugh to us most of the time.
I feel like
Idiots.
I should use to you when you're trying to pronounce words.
I'm going to hand off a lot more show notes to you. You're going to have to take some of this on. All right, and lastly,
Yep.
but the word ahem has a more complex usage and a lot of nuances to it in Korea. And to put it briefly, without digging in why, you can replace ahem with words like suck it up, to get it over, or shut up. Okay, so the version we're going to watch is from Busan Concert, Yet to Come.
Okay.
Pull it up. When there's an option for live, we go live. As much as
Absolutely.
possible. It's our favorite. All right. Oh, so we heard a little bit of this in the BTS live room? Okay. So that would have been
Okay.
early on. The BTS live room, that was our first introduction to BTS. Jimin was the first solo, and then we watched the live room. If I believe that's what you're referring to. Yeah,
That was another lifetime ago.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the lyrics are going to be here too.
바닥도 타오르는 저 공식 이래는 당기던 먼저 휩쓸려 저 불신 휩쓸려 가겠지 오늘의 선수 입증하신 내 건수 물귀신 감동
Hard to keep up with those lyrics.
No.
건너는 것이니 극독이 반응이 없음 양당면은 제
All right. There's no way I'm going to be able to read these lyrics and enjoy the performance. So
Yeah.
this is... Bridget, do we have just the lyrics for this real quick? Is there a link you can send me for that? Yeah, it's familiar right away, but...
It's like we have our very own live Siri. Or Alexa.
Except this one has a theme song.
This one has a theme song. There goes the baker with his nights. I really should learn the lyrics.
There it is. Okay, I'm going to the dual set Bangtan site here. Thank you
Okay.
guys.
It's my favorite part because you'll see. Alright, we're getting on it, don't worry.
We're trying. At least I don't have to... I can spell UGG at least. I can look that one up.
But
Okay.
it won't discover that it's him till chapter 3.
Alright, all I need is me. I know. All you need is you. You know. It's coming in. So sometimes I get disappointed in myself. I trample myself by myself. That's actually a really interesting line in and of itself. Yeah. Is this the best you can offer? You have to be so much better. You have to be so much cooler. If you are going to lose, you rather have to die. You have to win. You.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. It's too late, Bridget. She just texted me. I already have it. Being off is such a painful thing. It's something you don't know unless you experience it. My ideal and reality, they are too far apart. But I still want to cross the bridge and reach me, the real me, the real me. Okay.
Okay.
And then I think it's repeating concepts from there. I feel so lonely when I'm with me. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Wow, what a line is that? I feel so lonely when I'm with me.
Thank you, Aline, too, by Aline? Aline? Aline.
Thank you very much. Am I reading the wrong... song? Listen, I typed in UHG in the dual set lyrics. Maybe I shouldn't scold Bridget so quickly. Let me click on her link.
Listen, people, you don't get to the side-splittingly unprofessional level by chance.
But I like those lyrics.
What
was I reading? Oh my goodness. I hope you all don't have a job or anything to get to. Wow. Oh, I was reading a good UHGOOD. It's a different song.
Different song. Yep.
Apparently. But I really like the lyrics in that song.
All right, so we got to visit that one later then.
Yes. All right. So see, we stumbled into everybody's clearing their throat like you idiots. Okay.
Everyone,
Take
thank
two.
you so much for embracing our utter humanness. Complete and utter humanness.
Bridget just texted us. God damn it, read this. This is why I never text you during lives. You don't read them. Well, we are now.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, here we go. Take two.
That was great.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Spark those ambers flaring up again. Is this the first line? I love all the clearing of the throat. Okay. Before getting touched by the oil, they are swallowed. Without a doubt, everything will get swept away. Yeah. Here comes the player of today. Once he starts latching onto a prey. And then it has the dong dong dong. Is that just is that an actual word, or is that like kind of more like a scat kind of thing, like a fill-in vocally? I'm not sure. It becomes everybody's punching bag. Tuk poking around for no reason. Then it says tuk. So I don't know. Is that a Korean word? Can you watch explanation video too? Okay, sorry. When there's no reaction, he just kills the prey. Even truth becomes lies. Even lie becomes truth. In this place, everyone becomes someone with perfect moral thinking and judgment. How funny. Anger? Sure, it's necessary. When something burns, it's with purpose. Perhaps that's our history. Sometimes that changes the world. But this is the human waste. This is human waste, not anger. What's actual anger, You kill pretending it's out of anger, driving me real angry. Countlessly many people who became numb. You're not just killing me. For us, we're used to stepping on shit. But look at those people who became desensitized, human waste and indifference. You're a team. I mean, I know the poeticness is obviously kind of extracted a little bit when you do a translation. It doesn't have the quite flowing feel to it, but definitely getting the image of what it's about. I go ugh, ugh. I get outraged by the malicious anger. I get outraged by the malicious anger.
Mm.
So it's a repetition there. Anger governs this world. It's like no one can live without anger. Tens of thousands of reasons to get angry. Good intent, ill intent, they are all the same. But if it causes harm to someone's life, I don't like it. Stop. Someone's action drives someone else into pain. Someone's worlds make someone else hopeless. Someone's split second becomes someone else's memory. Someone's anger costs someone else's life. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
In many ways. There's so much poison in, anything with gossip or negative speech, things like that, and how, the power of the word is incredible. What is that one Zen saying? It's the 1 minute of silence saves 100 years of sorrow.
Mm.
And it's so true in that.
Yes.
So, having to process hate and anger and everything.
Yeah, it's just taking that moment to just having an awareness of your feeling and just kind of take stock of it as opposed to letting it control you can make all the difference in the world.
I get outraged at the malicious anger. I get outraged at that anger that have to put me down. Okay, so we digress,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to come back to the show.
Yes.
Where we listen to music.
Let's do it.
Our apologies for that. I'm glad some of you are still with us. Let's give this a whirl
They're
again.
growing, actually. They're growing in numbers.
Because look at these stupid Americans that don't know how to read. This is hysterical.
바닥도 타오르는 저 봉식 이내 닦기론 먼저 휩쓸려 저 필식 휩쓸려 가겠지 오늘의 선수 입증하신 내 건수 물고 시작함 동동동동 내 복이 돼 동동동 툭툭 건너는 거시는 극도기 반응이 없음 양당면원의 제퍼복기 진실도 거짓이 진실이 돼 이곳은 모두가 도덕 사고와 판단이 완벽한 사람이 돼
분노 물론 필요하지 차오를 제 이유가 있어 어쩌면 우리의 역사지 세상을 바꾸기로 하지 버리고 분노 아니 분노 뭔가 분노인지 분노의 척한 비중이 진짜 분노 질러버릴 수 있도록 어서 많은 people 나만 죽이는 게 아니야 동반미 계속해 우리야 무감각해진 저 사람들 봐 분노 무관심 너네 팀이야
나는 나는 아기애가 되어찬 분노에 나는 아기애가 되어찬 분노에
나는 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 꺼져야만 해서 분노해 나는 꺼져야만 해서 그 분노해
그래 후라고 제가 될 때까지 그래 후라고
그래 후라고 부러질 때까지 그래 후라고
나는
분노해
나는 꺼져야만 했던 그 분노에
분노가 집에 분노가 어서 잠에서 나와 분노하고 또 분노하고
그래 미쳐가고 분노하는 이유도 대수하가 선임과 아기도 담배하가 분노하는
I do remember this song.
Yeah, I need to. It's. I know my smiling looks misplaced, but this is the same smile I get when I listen to Metallica or Audioslave. It's
Yeah, right.
yes! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like this is funny or whatever. It's just I enjoy that feeling, that drive. I like the guitar riff behind there. When Hopi comes in, and again, he's just going back to the press conference that I watched earlier before we went live, of him just, being a little more goofy, the smile and just that positive vibe. And then when he gets on that stage, just the grit coming through and everything, I just love it.
Yeah, I think Sugar's so cool. I love gonna fangirl for a second here. I love Suga with the long hair. I think he looks so cool.
Agreed.
Yes.
He's just missing the scar from the trilogy.
He's got that look. I don't know. Oh, Chris Cornell is a legend. Yeah.
All right. Virtual high five to LM on that one. Chris Cornell is one of my all-time favorite singers ever.
Yeah, I remember this little rhythm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
집에 분노가 어서 잠에서 나 봐 분노하고 또 분노하고 분노하고 그래 미션 가고 분노하는 이유도 대수만간 선임과 악의도 담배 안 가고 분노할 수 있다만 남의 싸움을 피가 되가 out like good stuff 누구의 행동에 누구는 나빠해 누구의 연행에 누구는 남담해 누구의 찰나에 공산당이 돼 누구의 분노에 누구 목숨 밑에서 그 나는 okay
Yes.
나는 okay 나는 나기에 가득 찬 분노해 나는 꺼져야만 했던 그 분노해 Wait 아래 체력점 없는 계획 삶을 전화도 진진대회 그 정도 감수해야지 I have 나 시켰어 봐 천천만이 I have 나 시켰어 봐 그래 I have 그래 오 get out 오 새가 될 때까지 그래 오 get out 오 그래 오 get out 부러질 때까지 그래 오 get out 나는 아기에 가득 찬 분노에
Play off each other's great.
나는 꺼져야만 했던 그 분노에 Everybody bounce, let's go
That's awesome.
Yes. I love this drummer too. Oh, that was so cool. I'm watching it again.
나 시켰어 봐 그래 오 get out 새가 될 때까지 그래 오 get out 그래
Man, so intense.
부러질 때까지 그래 오 get
RM's so aggressive there too.
나는 꺼져야만 했던 그 분노에 Everybody bounce,
go.
let's go
Here's your Metallica
Gives me
moment right here.
goosebumps. All right, that was awesome.
Okay, so I think it's fairly obvious that these type of rapid rapping songs are the toughest for us to follow because obviously we don't know the language and it goes out really quick. But that just speaks to the power of music and good music in the sense that it didn't matter to me that I really didn't. I mean, I get the main concept based on what you read, but not following what they're saying in the moment, just going off the vibe of the music and the feeling. It's like just music can get you on so many levels, and that's why it's so powerful. Like,
If
even not
things-
knowing the message.
First of all, good save. Second of all, no, but I completely support that idea because it's the same thing when we hear a lot of music in other languages. It's like hearing an Italian opera.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the words at all, but if it's sung well, if the orchestration is executed correctly, you still have the feeling of love being lost or gained, or the angry moment or a tranquil moment. It still transcends, like you're saying. The feeling is there, even if you don't get the depth of the exact meaning. If they do their job, you're gonna feel the way the intent of the music and the lyrics is, and that's what they're executing.
And sometimes,
Great.
like when they're like one of the reasons why I like instrumental music and soundtracks so much, is that you can sort of make your own meaning, which is cool. So I mean, there's the artist or the composer's intent, which I mean, obviously, if you can get that, that's an amazing experience too. But sometimes when it's open to interpretation, you can kind of like insert yourself into it in your own story.
Yes.
Like there's some soundtracks that of movies that I love, and sometimes I just like to listen to them because I can almost make my own movie to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And
You can just put yourself as the the antagonist or the just like whatever you're feeling depending on the song, you can adapt to it.
Music's just cool. Moral of the story. That was my point.
Someone just asked where part 1 is. If you go to under lives on our YouTube channel, we have part 1 where we did Persona. So here we go. We have 2 more to go for our part 2.
Bridget, how will they move forward without you? They might just start reading lyrics from other groups at this point.
There's a very good point.
Yeah, she's very important to us. We definitely value her very much.
We need to be a little less dismissive next time on the text when they come in. All right, so next up, we love you, Bridget.
We do.
Okay, by the way, next week for part 2, if all goes according to, part 3, part 2 of Map of the Soul 7, if all goes well, we're going to have some guests. Saya and Porma are going to hopefully be joining us. So I'm sure they're going to fill us into many things we might have missed, along with listening to the remaining songs as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is 0 o'clock. This is also yet to come in Busan.
Okay.
And let's see what we got here. Subtitles are there. Here we go.
That's cool.
그런 날 있잖아 이유 없이 슬픈 날 너는 울었고 나 빼고 모두 다 바쁠 것이 연해 보이는 날 발걸음이 떨어지지는 날 벌써 늦은 것 같은데 말야 온 세상이 얄밉네
내가 곳곳을 득거리는 과습방지 털 그려지고 말이 자꾸 없어져 도대체 왜 나 열심히 뛰었는데 내게 왜
집에 와 침대에 누워 생각해봐 내 잘못이었을까 어지러운 밤 문득 시계를 봐 공연듯이 뭔가 달라질까 그런 건 아닐 거야 그래도 이 하루가
Oh, that's cool.
Soul's voice coming through.
I want to look real quick at the chord progression. They're just making a couple little unpredictable moments. It reminds me a little bit of like a Beatles chord progression. Was it the pre-chorus that they did that? They kind of had this...
It goes through the whole song. So I think what you're referring to is the minor 4 chord, if you will.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to show you up.
So it starts in C sharp. Oh, this is Jin's part. So it's F minor, G flat, and this is the money chord right here. So this is G flat minor.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very Beatley.
Yeah, I really like that progression there.
I'm always a sucker for that. Yeah.
So I apologize. I'm going to start this. No, I apologize. I'm starting the song again. Generally speaking, there's nothing to apologize for. We just got some extra chat drama. I was trying to catch up on here.
Oh, let there be peace on earth, people.
Let's exactly keep it kind. No reason for any negativity here. All right.
I like that we have a person in the chat named Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
What if it's the real Winnie?
Tut tut.
All right, here we go. One more time.
Thank you, BT.
Yeah, I know there's other versions of this as well, obviously, that we can look at in the future. We got one more song after this as well.
그런 날 있잖아 이유 없이 슬픈 날 너는 울었고 나 빼고 모두 다 바쁜 꽃이 연해 보이는 날 발걸음이 떨어지지는 날 벌써 늦은 것 같은데 말야 온 세상이 얄밉네
야 꽃을 끄거리는 과습 반지털 마음은 그려지고 말은 자꾸 없어져 도대체 왜 나 열심히 피었는데 꼭 내게 왜
집에 와 침대에 누워 생각해봐
That's cool.
무엇이었을까 어지러운 밤 문득 시계를 봐 곧 12시 뭔가 달라질까 그런 건 아닐 거야 그래도 이 하루가 끝나잖아 좋아진 밤 웃음이 겹칠 때 세상은 아주 작은 그 숨을 참아 0 o'clock
Ain't gonna be happy Ain't gonna be happy
난 내려앉은 저들처럼 숨을 쉬자 처음처럼 And you're gonna be happy
I like that cadence.
And you're gonna be happy It's all around 새로운 0 o'clock
조금씩 반짝함이 그려져 쉬운 표정이
Jimmy has such an interesting voice.
익숙한
He does.
가사 자꾸
Always.
잊어 내맘 같은 게 뭐 하나 없어
흩어 지나간 일들이야
It's
혼자만
not-
해도 참
It's not androgynous, but it does have a quality that is just I don't know. There's some overtones with it. That's,
It's slightly androgynous. Yeah, like when he first
well, I
comes
should
in.
sorry. Yeah, it's what I meant to say is it's not feminine, but it has a little bit of the androgynous.
A little bit of
Yeah.
both. Yeah, it's just that little bit higher of a timbre. It's beautiful. Yeah. And again, it plays off of Young Cook. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
혼자만 해도 참 쉽잖아 Is it my fault? Is it my wrong? 답이 없는 나의 메아리만 집에 와 침대에 누워 생각해봐 내 잘못이었을까 어지러운 밤 문득 시계 봐곧 12시
It sounds great too, man.
뭔가 달라질까 그런 건 아닐 거야 이래도 이 하루가 끝나잖아
좋아진 거야 웃음이 겹칠 때 세상은 아주 잠깐 숨을 참아 0 o'clock And I'm gonna be happy And I'm gonna be happy 오늘을 앉은 조금처럼 숨을 쉬자 처음처럼
Ain't gonna be happy Ain't gonna be happy
It's all around 모든 게 새로운 0 o'clock
두 손 모아 기도하네 내일은 좀
토끼를 for me 쇼나기를 for me 이 노래가 끝이 나면 새 노래가 시작되니 좀더
Who's there?
행복하기를 Yeah 오늘도 나를 떠나가 And I'm gonna be happy I'm gonna be happy And I'm gonna be happy Around 모든 게 새로운 zero
I love the hope in this song. It's just the awareness of, okay, I'm down right now, like just for that brief moment, catch the breath kind of thing, and then just knowing, anticipating. It's almost like just throwing out, casting a line of like, mixed with hope in a state of melancholy, just pulling forward towards that.
Yeah.
It's well written. And it's just a feel-good song, especially compared to some of the surrounding pieces that we have.
Well, I was going to say
energy-wise.
it's a great balance for the track that balances out the rest of the album. That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Great hook too. Again, gonna be happy.
And then that counter, that little skip is really cool against that. And I love these oohs. They started layering in some great parts in the background.
I'm gonna be happy It's all around 모든 게 새로운 zero o'clock 두 손 모아 기도하네 내일은 좀 더 길을 for me 좀더 길을 for me 이 노래가 끝이라면 새 노래가 시작되니 좀 더 행복하기를
I love those oohs. It's almost like a pad. I'm guessing a second or a fourth they had something in there. It wasn't just like right with the triad. You know what I'm talking about? Like this part right
let me
here.
hear that one more time. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little minor.
It has just that space right there.
Yeah. So
Sorry about the
that little-
cursor, by the way, guys. I did leave the cursor on there and you couldn't see the lyrics, so my apologies.
And apparently, Jin. I was gonna comment how great Jin sounds, and apparently he was sick. He was recovering from epiglottis. Is that a? I don't know if that's.
I'm not sure. How do you say that, Johnny?
Well, I know it's pronounced epiglottis.
Yeah, that is correct.
So
But
I don't
you
know.
can't
if that's the
you can't
actual
recover from
diagnosis.
epiglottis, so there's definitely a part of the word is missing.
Yeah. I think it's also cool how they utilize the pieces of their group in such different ways too, like taking the vocal line and having a song just for them, and crafting a song that's like perfect for those three.
Yes.
And then the other four are just kind of like on the sidelines, totally supportive. I don't know. It's great.
And I think someone said that RM wrote that. Is that correct? Just glancing through.
I'm gonna be happy.
Thank you, Jim. Do hit the like button. We appreciate that.
Happy.
There been no Jin had to. Oh, epiglottitis. Yes, inflammation of epiglottis. I just saw
Epiglottitis,
epiglottis.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't see the titus at the end of it. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So we have one more. This is the link we were given. So Bridget's gone. She's not here anymore. So if anything goes wrong, it's on her.
This is scary.
So I think this is this just the audio? I'm just going to scrub here real quick. All right, so this is lyrics and audio, which I don't mind. After taking in so much visually, we just kind of like sink our teeth into the recording, so I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
And Aram did write most of that. Thank you, Renee. Do we have any information here? So it's a whole lot of louder than bombs. I don't know what's going to happen. All right. Shall we?
We shall.
This is not the best lyrics. All right, that's fair. Well, hopefully we get
So,
the idea of it, though.
Do you believe this song features Troye Sivan, who's an American artist?
I don't know who that is. Who's that?
He's an American artist. I don't know if you know any of his songs.
I don't. Do you know any of his
Yeah.
songs?
I'm familiar with him. I've heard his songs. I can't. It's like
It's not-
sort of experimental pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out.
이제 너무 선명해졌어 저 하늘 속에 낯선 그림자 아무도 심해질 수 없어 좋은 것만 보고 듣지 마
It's one of the writers, okay.
나의 바다에 파도가 일곤 해 Louder than bombs that break 쏟아지는 아픔들 네가 지었던 그 표정이 아니란 걸 알게 때부터 Louder than bombs that break
That's a great hook.
Baby, I'm nothing more than nothing, brighter than the light. Don't you want anything from me? You say I'm something more than something, brighter than the light. Don't you give up your life? Here I stay, cry, for better days. Every day you maze, wonder if this is my place. Where's no way? It's kundalini ground. 홀로 무너지는 중력, louder than bombs, yeah. Oh, to tell you.
This is cool. So to clarify, yes, so he's not performing in this, but he was the writer
Yeah,
of
so-
one of the writers, right?
So I got
Is that-
two things wrong in that one statement. He's not American. He's Australian, and he's not featured as a singer. He's one of the writers. Okay.
Thank you.
This is why the live is so great. So we can.
Bridget, where are you?
Yeah, I blame her. Yeah,
It's definitely Bridget's fault.
she left me hanging.
So interesting lyrics. So I mean, because we're halfway through 7 essentially, right? So we're gonna meet again next week, and there's I think another 6 or maybe there's 7 songs. I'm not sure. There's still this like reach for hope in the lyrics that's here, like because we were kind of story arc wise talking about the shadow self and just that internal struggles and everything, and now it seems to have the last couple songs this wanting something else, want to be somewhere else, not in the sense of necessarily escapism, but the hope that something improves, or maybe being able to cope better with the monsters and everything that's taking place. That's my interpretation. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's the feeling I get as the songs. Yeah. And it's got this cool, like, bubbling, like, dark mood underneath that's building.
Yeah, based on the interview that we saw, I forget who was talking about it. Might have been J-Hope, but I think he was saying it. So the song talks about the revelation of the shadow within us. So within all of us, so maybe it's that moment of, the revelation itself. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how this unfolds. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jin, for the super chat. Thank you very much. What was the last
Yeah, thank you
song?
guys so much.
Oh, this is the last song on the album, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Featuring this Sia does not exist. Oh yeah, we don't. It's been made very clear. I don't know if Johnny, if you know about this, but we don't talk about Sia. For
We
this
don't.
album. No.
Okay.
We don't talk about Sia. No.
Nice one.
Thanks. I don't know why, but that's all I know, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Okay. I will
That's
trust
so.
the
If
masses.
that comes up next week, we don't just shh.
I'll go with the army. I'll
Yes,
trust army.
we're
on this one.
following Army on that one. Okay.
Baby, I'm nothing more than nothing, brighter than the light. Don't you want anything from me? You say I'm something more than something, brighter than the light. Don't you give up your life? Here I stay, cry, for better days. Every day you maze, wonder if this is my place.
Sit in the middle.
No way,
Track-wise.
kundalini ground. 홀로
떨어지는 종묘 louder than bells yeah 어디저기 어둠은 말해 어디라도 있단 게 두려워 말해 어떤 밤이 날 삼켜도 나 포기하지 않아 No we are fire we're shine
Such a cool shift in their tones.
That's Jimin, I would imagine, right?
Going into the next part, yeah.
Yeah.
No we are fire we're shine
Or Jin. This is Jin.
It's Jin. Okay. Okay, I see.
That's so cool.
Sugar.
But the way that's done. I want to hear that again.
I see.
That was
So it's
really
color coded with the lyrics are color coded with who's singing. Okay.
Oh. Well, we're slow. All you have to do is say
Yeah, right. I love that hook. That's
so good. But I want to hear what Suga's doing here. This is it's vocal fry, but it has like this drip effect. The way they have the delay and everything on it just feels like it's constantly like falling down. And then the delay with it.
yeah.
Really well done. Great production choice.
That's a badass track.
That is very cool.
That is awesome.
Very. Now, whenever I see Ahem for every future BTS song that we do, and be like, "What'd I do?"
Yeah, rolling in the poop. I feel like that's not the best translation. That's rolling in the.
Wait, did it say that?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even
Rolling
read that.
in the poop.
Ouch. Yeah, it's not the greatest there.
I feel like that's a little PG from what their intention was. Yeah.
I agree. Oh, that's funny. This was cool. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm excited to go to part 3.
I know.
And there was like 26 songs or something on 7, because that included the initial Persona tracks. So I'm really interested to see where we're at right now and where it takes us just lyrically, the story arc, where it resolves. If it resolves, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to wait until we get there.
Rolling in the poop. No matter what I do, I roll. Yeah, the lyrics are not always right. The translation's not always right. Yeah.
Yeah. But we understand the
We get the gist of it. Yeah, we get
the intention of it, for sure.
Yeah. Matt, Richard, we had a great crowd with us today.
Yes, thank you everybody for showing up. As always, we appreciate that. And again, thank you for the coffee and the super thanks that helps us keep doing what we're doing when we're trying to prioritize the show a little bit more. For those of you who came in late, we have a brand new introduction. So you'll have to watch that on replay. And check us out tomorrow. We'll be here with we're doing another Dimash piece for our countdown to Budapest. Also, I don't know if you noticed this, but your coffees have contributed towards Johnny's clear vision. He's way less blurry than he has been in the past.
I have a new light setup. I got a better camera, so I'm up in the production value here, everybody. So
Now you just need a curtain or something cool behind you.
Too. We'll work on it. I don't know. I think my dirty door is pretty cool too.
Would you say poopy door?
My poopy door.
Well, there's one way to end the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. As always, we love you. Thank you for spending time with us. And
so much,
we
guys.
will see you next time.
Yes,
next
indeed.
week. Remember, if you're not in the States, we are jumping ahead. We have daylight savings time is coming up, so it might be an hour earlier for you. If you join us from another country, be sure to check the time for next week. That is next Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will continue with part 3.
Okie dokie.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day.
Love you guys. See you later.
Bye. Thank you.